Tanner Holmes quiets the haters. A big-time dirt late model crew chief change could be coming. The Outlaw field officially grows, and a lot more today. Let's go. It's Sunday, March 2nd. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. We're going to talk some news things off the top, then roll through some weekend racing. But before we do, a quick message from today's show sponsor. Are you ready to be part of something bigger, a team that's built to win? Law Motorsports is looking for passionate, skilled professionals to join them on the road to victory. They've made their mark in a short time, winning races across multiple disciplines, but they're just getting started. Now they need dedicated team members to help take them to the next level. Current positions available include crew chief to lead the charge, make the calls, and steer them to victory, car chief to keep their machines dialed in and race ready, tire specialist, speed, grip, and precision start with you, and truck driver. No CDL, no problem. Get them to the track and in the fight. At Law Motorsports, this isn't just a team, it's a family, built on passion, grit, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. If you've got the drive, the skills, and the hunger to win, now's your shot. They're looking for hardworking, motivated individuals who want to be part of something special. Together, they'll dominate on the track and inspire off of it. If you think you've got what it takes, the track is calling. Join Law Motorsports today. You can apply now at secondlawmotorsports.com/join the team. That's secondlawmotorsports.com/join the team. Law Motorsports, winning is just the beginning. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series hits Volusia today to kick off 2 nights coinciding with Daytona Bike Week. I wouldn't expect the big car count we had a few weeks ago during Dirt Car Nationals when we got across 50 sprint cars, but I also wouldn't expect as low as 19 like we had during this event last year. The series is bringing 15 in just full-timers. We'll get back to that here in just a second. Also, we're going to see travelers, Brock Zierfoss, Anthony Macri, Bryce Lucius. The Outlaws also mention Austin McCarl and Jacob Allen incoming. And then we'll see some high-limit guys, which I didn't think would happen with their season opening out in Las Vegas. Of the high-limit guys, we're going to see Aaron Reitzel, Spencer Baston, Dazen Persley, Danny Sams, and Justin Peck for sure. We might get near 30, which I think would be really solid for this standalone race weekend. Back to that full-timers list, I told you last week that Emerson Axum and Connor Morrell were still in play to join the series full-time, and Morrell was indeed announced yesterday as the 15th driver to join the roster. He'll race the 28 with his usual sponsors, but this is in some sort of alliance with Bill Rose. The Outlaw release said Morrell has been hired by Rose, but based on what I've been told, this is probably more of like a partnership. This move does not affect Zach Hampton, though, in the 6 car. We will have to wait and see what Axum and the 27 team decide going forward. As for racing, Kyle Larson, your current Outlaw points leader, but obviously he's racing Cup cars at COTA today, so he's not going to stay there. David Gravel, the de facto championship leader over Logan Schuchart after DCN. Some contenders who are in desperate need of a good finish include Sheldon Hodenshield and Gio Scelzi. They are 15th and 20th in the standings, respectively. Buddy Kofoid also down the order after just one top 10 back in February. If you're the betting type, David Gravel, the favorite to win tonight, and then Aaron Reitzel at plus 3,000, Justin Peck at plus 4,000. Those might be some guys to take some flyer bets on with those kind of odds. Dirt Vision has live coverage tonight of the racing. Before we talk some other racing this weekend, there is a story out there to keep an eye on. Back on Friday, there was a release that late model driver Stormy Scott is moving to Texas, and he's set to drive the Cade Dillard-built Modifieds, taking his focus back to that division. Stormy, obviously a modified guy from way back. We'd seen Stormy run late model national tours, and in recent years, he and crew chief Jason Durham had started their own chassis company in Category 5. It's a builder we had spotlighted here a few times, and there were even rumblings this past offseason that a guy like Jonathan Davenport was going to switch to them away from Longhorn. Whether it was ever seriously considered, I don't really know, but it obviously didn't end up happening. JD is off to a monster start to 2025 in the Longhorn. It sounds like Stormy is out of the Category 5 deal, as the release said any customers can still get support from Durham out of his Kentucky-based shop. And I've been told that the future of Category 5 and any new builds is very much in doubt. Remember, too, Jason Durham was Jonathan Davenport's longtime crew chief, but he split with the Lance Landers team late in 2022. With Stormy out and Category 5 in question, there are rumblings that Durham has been hired by a top team and could be back on a national tour here very soon. We're still a few weeks away from the Outlaw and Lucas seasons getting rolling again. I've reached out to the rumored team and driver that Durham is supposedly going to through various avenues in recent days, but have yet to get any sort of response. Stay tuned here. This could be a significant pickup, especially given Durham's past resume with Davenport. The rumored driver, it's obviously not JD that he's going to, but after a tough start in their main ride, even though they did win in another car, this driver could benefit from Durham's experience. Onto the weekend racing. It sure didn't take long for Tanner Holmes' move to Tarlton Racing to pay off. And last night's win, I think, should quiet some of the comments, at least for a while. That wasn't a win from the pole on a rubber-down track against a field of 11 race cars. That was a solid drive through a tough main event. He started 6th, drove around Tanner Carrick right before 10 to go for the lead, and won the Silver Cup at Chico in just his second start in the 21. Shane Golobic finished 2nd, and Justin Sanders was 3rd. That 360 feature also included Andy Forsberg and Dominic Gordon and Caleb Henry, a lot of California talent in that one. Pretty cool as well to see that Chico crowd pumped up to watch the 21 with Holmes go to victory lane. I think having an experienced crew chief on the wrenches like Drew Warner, that should continue to pay dividends for Tanner moving forward. I would also not be surprised to see this performance and speed leak over to the 18T. They will definitely learn things they can apply to their own program. I will, for the life of me, never understand why dudes like Tanner take the heat that they do online just because they share their racing journey to social media. Over the last few seasons, Holmes has just as many top 5 finishes with the World of Outlaws as Chase Randall does, and he's got more than Garrett Williamson. But we don't talk about him in the same breath as those two drivers. He's a hard worker, he's a racer, and he deserves the success. And I think this could be a breakout season for him. Tanner and the 21, they're going to be at Stockton next weekend for the NARC opener before joining High Limit at Las Vegas in a few weeks. Other weekend sprint car winners included Marcus Thomas, Noah Gass, and Sam Haferteep in Elite Outlaw action in Texas. These are PowerEye sanctioned, but not part of their 410 series. The Elite Outlaw series is actually owned by somebody completely different. There are some co-sanctions this season between the two sides, but they are actually two separate series, and I know that will likely get confusing at some point in 2025. Matt Covington, Mark Smith, they were USCS winners, and Ricky Lewis won the USAC CRA show at Paris. He beat Jake Swanson and Kevin Thomas Jr., who are both staying busy early in the year while the USAC National Sprint Car Series is off. Looking around at late model results from the weekend, Ricky Weiss was the Super Late Model winner at the Toilet Bowl Classic at Clarksville last night. It was his first win in a Super since he bagged the Baltus Classic at Eldora back in 2023. He topped Jason Riggs, who won the Friday Prelim, and Alan Weisser. Interesting to note as well from Clarksville, Dennis Erb Jr. not driving the Capital race car this weekend. He was back in the Rocket chassis after running the Capital for all of Speed Weeks. I'll be curious to see if this switch back is permanent to the Rocket and the Capital experiment is over, or if Erb just went back to the Rocket for this weekend, seeing as how he'd had success at Clarksville previously. He was 3rd in the Friday race, but 22nd last night. In Spring Nationals action, Chris Madden dominated the 40-lapper on Friday at Swainsboro. He topped Will Harrington and Trey Mills. And last night, it was Cody Overton leading all but 3 laps at Sonoya to score $10,000 and his second Super Late Model win of 2025. Ethan Dotson and Ashton Winger joined him on the podium. There's more late model action today. You'll likely see the Southeastern-based team split between Cherokee for $15,000 win and East Alabama for $10,000 win. I think both should have really strong fields. Also, if you're keeping tabs on the Brian Shirley saga, he did win Friday night at Springfield. His Speed Weeks was marred by crashes and a big fire, mechanical gremlins, but he led all 30 on Friday night to pick up $5,000. Dylan McCowan and Tony Jackson Jr. finished 2nd and 3rd. Hopefully the monkey is now off of Shirley's back. And for the USMTS fans, it was a Chisholm Brothers sweep at Heart of Texas Speedway. Friday, Jim won the main event, and then last night it was Joe. USMTS mods are right back to racing this coming weekend with 2 nights at Rocket Raceway Park. That's the show for today. Hope you guys have a great Sunday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.